Anytime you can upgrade your host with a Heisman Trophy finalist, you must do it. So welcome to Snap Judgments. I am Austin Ward. This is Julian Sayin, Ohio State quarterback. This week for you, I imagine a little bit of roller coaster of emotions, but let's start with Monday and the good stuff first. So you said Jerry let you know, and then you knew what this week ahead was going to be like. What was your first reaction to finding out you're heading to New York?
Yeah, it's pretty cool being up for an award that my idols have won growing up, and you just have my name in that conversation. It's really special, and it doesn't happen without my teammates here, my coaches here. You
said you were paying attention to Marcus Mariota about a decade ago. Why was that the quarterback that you, idolize is too strong a word, were watching growing up?
I think it was just because, I'm a California kid, and at the time, Oregon was like the big team on the West Coast. They were playing good football. Like, they had the uniforms, they were rolling, they were in the playoff. They ended up beating Florida State, and then losing the Buckeyes, got blown out by the Buckeyes. That kind of sucked, but
not around here.
Yeah. I mean, you got the banner.
Banner's right there.
Yeah, but it was just the team on the West Coast, and I love watching them.
Did you think that your game would translate the way he played? It's like a little bit different kind of dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, he's a little bit faster than me, and I think he's a little bit more athletic. So I don't think was the same type of player he is.
Well, your style has obviously worked out very well, and I think about the way that this year has gone for you. When did you believe that not just a Heisman Trophy campaign, but undefeated regular season, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, all that those things could be in play for you? I know that's not what you play for. You play for your teammates. You play for the Block O now, but that those things could happen. When did that sort of set in for you?
Yeah, I think, I've just been gaining confidence each week, and just trying to play the best football I can, and get better each week and play the best football I can and be the best player I can for our offense. So that's
When you say get better each week, I've never asked you this. We talked a number of times after games on the notebook, and I've seen the way you carry yourself and how much more comfortable it feels like you are from just watching you. When you have the Texas game in the opener and Ryan Day and Brian Hartline are saying, well, we could have or should have put more on his plate. Did you feel the same way? I was like, yeah, I can handle. I'm ready for this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun playing that Texas game, especially because preseason #1 team in the country, and just a great atmosphere. I think I just kept gaining confidence each and every week and developing each week after that.
Can you describe what that feels like? I think it's such a hard thing to put a pen on. Like, what does confidence mean? How does it translate? How are you feeling differently week to week? What does that mean to you?
Just having the confidence in your ability. You see you can do it out there on Saturday. You have a good game, and then you come in and watch the tape and you're like, hey, these are the things I messed up, and I could have done so much better. I could have had even a better game. So I think just building that confidence.
When you put into perspective then Saturday night and like the 48 hours, the press conference after the Big Ten championship game, you had to sit there next to Ryan Day, and after a loss, like, we pretty much only want to hear from the coach. You got to just sit there and take that for a little bit. It looked like you were, just stewing, and I don't know if it's. Coach described it as you guys being pissed off. You lost the game. The emotions are raw. That's a low point, I guess, for you as a starting quarterback here. And then 48 hours, you're still getting an individual award. How do those two things fit together?
Yeah, you got to kind of separate those. Obviously, a tough loss, and we're all sick to our stomach because we feel like we could have played much better than we did, and we feel like we left a lot out there on the table, and we didn't do everything it took to win. So especially as an offense, I think our defense played well, but then to be up for the award on Monday was special. But there's still more football to be played, and we're not done yet.
So, stupid question. There's more football to be played. You're heading into the playoff. You're jetting out to New York on Friday. You're going to be there throughout the weekend, and it's a once, maybe twice in a lifetime opportunity for someone in your position. But is there part of you that wants to be practicing, that wants to watch film, that wants to be in with Mick or whatever, instead of being away from your team? That's another thing where you have to separate the two things. It's not probably fun, but
it is. It's special to be out there, but you definitely have that the chip on your shoulder that, hey, I want to get back to work and get this thing right so we can execute better and play better than we did last Saturday.
Julian, when you talk about getting better from week to week and more confident, there's a practice in my mind that we got to see in the spring that always stands out. And you've had 1,000 reps, 1,000 practices, 1,000 days. They probably don't mean anything to you, but we get a limited window. It was the practice the day before the spring game. It was cold in the horseshoe. It's like, it seemed like you were having some problems holding on to football. I don't know if it ever crosses your mind, but that's the time that I put into perspective how far you've come. Because on that day, we all assumed that your talent, your potential, your ability were going to lead to you taking that job, which is what happened. On that day, we were like, okay, there's still a lot of work to be done. Does it register in your mind?
Yeah, I think just, I've definitely come a long way. And I think the coaches here have helped me develop in a big way. And, having Coach Fessler and Coach Day as, guys who are teaching me the quarterback position, I think it's just been really helpful for me.
Okay. So one bad practice didn't rattle you, of course. But
yeah, definitely. It was a little cold out there. I remember that day.
Yeah. It turned out okay in the cold in the big house a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it did.
Do we make too big a deal out of that, the California stuff and the weather with you?
I hadn't played in the cold, so it was really fun to go out there and be in the snow. It's nice that we're playing inside now, but it was awesome to be out there.
Has there been a moment, I think it was after Illinois, I grabbed you before you went to the bus, and there were a bunch of kids, and they said, well, 10's our favorite player, so you need to sign some autographs for them. You did that. The time demands, the level of celebrity, the attention that comes with being the Ohio State quarterback. Are you comfortable with that? Are you growing more comfortable with that? Where would you say you are?
Yeah, I think I'm growing more comfortable. Yeah, I don't think I'm the most popular guy on the team. I think we got some, 4 is pretty popular.
Okay, he's up there. 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So we definitely have some popular guys. And it's funny because, sometimes I'll go in public and I just look at I don't look at a football player at all. I'm just about average frame. But it's awesome to be part of this community and be part of Columbus and have such great fans behind us and have people who care about the Buckeyes so much.
So as you guys get ready and you talk about what's coming in the Cotton Bowl in Texas A&M or Miami, you said you're going to look at both. Juggling this or some of the uncertainty right now, what's the challenge of that for someone in your shoes? Yeah,
just being able to, you got to see both. But, because they're both really good teams and either one of them can win that game. And, we got to be ready for both and have our A game for both because, they're good opponents.
When we talk about you always being so unfazed by game situations, it's almost like we never see any outward emotion except for maybe shushing people in the big house. When Ryan Day says that this team is pissed off, are you that? Because you're not showing that outwardly. And I know that's just Wednesday or Heisman week.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel?
No, definitely. It hurts to lose that one, especially for our fans. We know how much it means to Buckeye Nation and how much they care. And, it hurts us as players in the locker room to lose that one. And, we have the opportunity to go to the championship game last time in 5 years and, lose it. But, we know, the goal of winning national championship is still attainable. And, we're really excited about it.
All right. You're excited to go to New York as well. So you said it's been about 6-7 years since you've been there. Whoops. Your brother, is he going to be there? Your family all going to be there? I know how much that would mean to have some of that time.
My family will be there. Brother will be there. So I'm excited to have him there.
How's he taking this, watching what you've become and what you've done this year?
Yeah, he's excited. He comes to almost every game. He wasn't at last weekend's because I think he had something back in California. But
let's blame him then.
Yeah, yeah. But he comes to everything, and it's awesome to have him there. Just someone who was I looked up to growing up.
All right. Well, enjoy this weekend. I know that you'll probably be squeezing in some film study as well and staying busy to get ready. But it's a tremendous honor.
Thank you.
Ohio State quarterback and going to New York City is a great accomplishment all on its own. That is Julian Sayin, Heisman Trophy finalist, Ohio State quarterback. Appreciate him so much for joining us on Snap Judgments on a Woody Wednesday. I'm Austin Ward. We'll talk to you later.